Hey guys, Stu Rutherford here. Well, the countdown is on. There's less than a month to go until rugby returns to BT Murrayfield. So with that in mind, we're having a little chat with club captain Stuart Rambo McAnally. Rambo, how are you getting on?
Yeah, all good, all good. I'm still in my rugby gear because I've just come back from training. But yeah, all fine. Enjoying being back in amongst the boys. It's been good.
I know we've just done press. You've had a lot of questions come your way, but the one thing they didn't ask, and I think first things first, is what's going on with the hair?
I've actually just had it cut, believe it or not. I'm going to keep it a bit longer though, because I didn't get a cut for the whole lockdown. It was like 4 months. I don't think I had a cut for like 5 months. And I was quite enjoying just having the long hair. So I just kind of went into the hairdresser and just said, it just needs tidied up a little bit. So I'm actually quite liking how it is. I don't know what you think, but it's here to stay.
It looks good. I mean, I've seen training. There's a few different lids going on. Who's potentially come back with maybe the worst lockdown lid?
I can't see past Murray McCallum. He come back with a sort of like a really shaved sides and bleach blonde top, which works for people like Darcy. It doesn't work for us. So I'd say his was probably the worst. But there's a few boys growing the hair again, which is nice to see. There's not everyone's just gone straight for the skin fade or anything like that. But yeah, it's nice.
A few people on social media actually thought we'd signed a new player when they saw Damien Hoyland. I mean, he's really growing it out, isn't he?
Yeah, because he's someone who he's actually got like long curly hair, but you'd never normally see it because he is someone who normally keeps his hair pretty tight. So yeah, he's growing his hair and he's got a good tan at the moment. Yeah, he's unrecognisable actually, especially with the snoot up. Got no idea who he is.
Duhan's got a top knot.
Yeah, he just rocked that this week. Sort of, he's just Duhan. He's pretty bold and he's not afraid to try new things, is he? So he just came in with a top knot and got slagged off for a day, and then now he's just rocking it. Good on him. Like, he's backing himself, and he just fancied a change up. Yeah, he suits actually. It's good.
I can't imagine what Cocker said to him, but yeah, we'll leave it at that. Listen, I know you've always been keeping busy during lockdown. You've talked about you've been playing quite a bit of golf. I want to know who's the best golfer in the squad.
Well, I played with Mark Bennett recently, and he went round 18 holes and 3 over, which was particularly impressive. I don't think I've played with anyone as good as that. I played with John Hardy, who used to obviously be at Edinburgh. He's also a similar sort of level to that. But in terms of other golfers, Damien Hoyland must be the worst. He plays to about 50 over par, but he refuses to not go on golf course. He just keeps asking me to play golf with him, and I've lost reasons to say no. So I actually played with him the other day, and it took us like 4 hours to go around 9 holes. But it was good fun. But he's getting better as well. To be fair to him, he is getting better. But I think he's got a bit of work to do.
And I know you've not been flying, but I'm right in saying, I don't know, I think I saw this on social media, but have you bought like a flight simulator?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, it's I've got kind of all bits and bobs. I can't really move the camera, but it's all just at the side of my desk here, so I can bring it in. It's really good for the course I'm doing at the moment, or I'm trying to continue doing. Is it's called the instrument course, effectively. So it's flying based on instruments only, simulating you're flying in cloud. You're lost in cloud, because my license at the moment is a visual license. I've got to always be in sight of the ground. So you fly based on, the wings are level because you can look outside and you can see the horizon. Whereas when you're lost in cloud, you don't have a horizon as a visual reference. So all your eyes go on the instruments in the cockpit. It's a totally different style of flying. So learning how to do that and stay safe has been really enjoyable. But doing that as well, it's really intense doing it in the plane, because you can't just get your head out and relax for a minute, Whereas when I do the flight simulator, if I'm just getting a bit caught up in everything, I can just hit pause and relax and be like, right, where am I again? How do I get to, what am I trying to achieve? And then so it's a really good way to learn. So I've really got a bit of flight sim gear and just managed to it's a good way to practice, and it saves you a lot of time and money actually when you go flying, because you're not having to redo loads of lessons. You can do a lot of your practicing on the ground. So yeah, no, it's been fun.
Onto rugby, obviously the guys are back into training now. Was, I guess, coming back into the stadium, was it kind of like that first day of school, like you've not seen anyone in so many months. Was basically the chat exactly the same as it had been a few months ago, or?
Yeah, you know what it's like. You just pick up where you left off. So it was all the old crack and everything. But it was good, catching up with boys as well and seeing what they've been up to. Everyone sort of had different lockdown experiences and doing different things. But the majority of boys have just been keeping their heads down and trying to do a bit of training and I mean, on the whole, it's everyone's sort of got the same sort of stories, but straight away you're just back into training and how tough training is and all this sort of stuff. So yeah, it's just the way it's always been.
How I mean, when Bill came back in, did he take one look at that watt bike? I mean, like how scary a sight was that for him? In fact, he's had a watt bike at home, isn't he?
Well, he has. He's had a watt bike at home. Bill's, I mean, like the Fijians, they're all similar in terms of when they do weights, they get strong so quickly. Whereas I'll do 5-6 weight sessions a week and struggle to put on any size. Whereas these guys will just look at a set of dumbbells and put on about 3 kilos. So Bill's weight session is literally like, one set of bench, one set of chin ups, and then watt bike for half an hour. So it's funny. So he does have to work hard and on that side of it, but he secretly loves it. Like he pretends he hates it, but he loves it. And he's got plenty of company now on the watt bikes as well. So he's doing well.
And I guess no stranger to the limelight, Pierre Schumann. It seems like he's been a real busy guy over lockdown. I think he started up his own business. He's been posting selfies pretty much every single day. What's that been in since he's come back to training? Yeah,
it's good to speak to him about that. I think he's been so excited because his website launched this week, I think, and our orders start shipping out next week. For those who don't know, it's the Proper Pioneer. It's using sort of Scottish meat with South African recipes effectively, and it's got some great stuff on the website. So lots of us have put our orders in, so we're looking forward to testing them, and we'll be sure to give him our honest opinion of it all as well. So it's good to see people do stuff like that, isn't it? I've been doing something a bit creative and doing something with their passion. So all the boys have got right behind him, and look forward to seeing what he can do with it.
Obviously, you've been training out there on the back pitches, and right next door to you is our new home, which has probably gone up rapidly since the last time you saw it. How cool is that to see? Just obviously, kind of really coming into shape now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, sort of over the last sort of 6 weeks, effectively, since we've been back in Murrayfield doing bits of training, you see it just changing every day. There's more stands going up. There's stairs. You can see where clearly where the pitch is going to be now, which is great. And it looks brilliant. It just looks like it's going to be a proper little home for us in a little stadium where we can create a great atmosphere, create a bit of demand for tickets and things like that. I think for the club going forward, it's going to be such a vital part of moving us to the next level. So yeah, I know all the players look at it and we're just excited to get playing in it.
We'll throw a stat at you now. I hate to make you feel old, but September 2010 was when you actually made your debut for Edinburgh. It's fast approaching a decade in Edinburgh colours. I mean, it's crazy to think back then. Did you ever think, you'd be here 10 years later, you'd be captain of the club? It's probably moved on a hell of a lot since then. But do you ever look back on this kind of 10 years?
Not really. I'm not really one to look back. I think I'd probably do that when I retire and look back at some of the key moments and everything. But I've always just been very grateful to play for Edinburgh, and whenever I sign my new contracts and things like that, it's always a privilege. And knowing that I'm playing for the club that I've supported my whole life really is pretty cool. So I still feel like I'm lucky to be here, and I just want to try and become an even better player and try and win something with the club, because it's something we've not won the league since I've been here and ever. So that'd be awesome if we can try and do that in the next couple of years. It's a real goal for me and to push us forward and become a real force in European rugby. But I feel we're getting there. Like I'm not saying we're the finished article or anything, but I really feel we're making strides every year and we're getting better. And the environment around the club is really good. The boys are good, and I feel we're in as good a place as we can be to push on and try and consistently finish up the top half of these conferences, and then if you get up to the top half of the conferences, then you're in the playoffs. So I think it's just exciting. I never thought I'd be here 10 years. Not that I ever thought I'd be playing elsewhere, but I just have a 10-year career at a club like Edinburgh, and it's just like it's brilliant. Absolutely loved it.
Do you remember who was in the back row when you came? I think you came off the bench for your debut.
Came off the bench for Natani Tilley. He came on at number 8. Other back row players, who they have been? Scott Newlands.
Yeah.
Was he there?
I actually don't know. I was going to.
I thought you were going to impress me there, and you're going to have the team in front of you. Well, players like Scott Newlands, Roddy Grant were there. Ross Rennie, Dents, David Denton was there. I'm probably forgetting a couple as well. Alan McDonald.
Yeah. Ross Rennie. Yeah. Was Ali Hogg there? Had he left at that point?
Who?
Ali Hogg.
Oh yeah, Hoggy left literally the year I signed pro.
Right.
It was like that was kind of why I got my contract, because Ali Hogg and Dave Callum both left, and they needed a number 8, and I was the number 8 for the under-20s that year, so it was kind of a natural move. But yeah, because they both left, I found myself getting some good game time, which was great.
We were laughing about when we were showing the classic games, and you were watching the Racing Metro game.
Yeah.
You're laughing at the fact that you're absolutely slated on the commentary at number 8.
I was absolutely battered. I mean, I didn't watch loads of those games that were broadcast. Just I just didn't manage to watch them. But the one I did watch was that Racing Metro one, and that's probably the worst game I've ever seen me play ever. I look back on when I was a back rower and used to think I was quite good, and then I watched that game, I was like, thank goodness I moved to hooker if that was how I played. But because I kept dropping the kickoffs. And then I moved to the other side. And I think it was Ian Morrison. He was commentating, and he was just like, "Wow, thank goodness they moved McAnally out of the way of that one." I was like, "Oh for God's sake!" I don't even remember like dropping that many balls in the game, and then Gilco was messaging me at the same time, and he was like, "Oh God, like how bad were you at that game?" That was a good one to watch, and after that one I didn't watch anymore, so that was good.
I can confirm the commentary got better as it went.
Yeah, and I stuck out, and I did watch the game right to the end, because that was good. That was a good game.
Well, listen, we'll just finish. Last kind of question, I guess it'd just be, do you have a kind of message to the supporters, because I guess they haven't really heard from you since probably March, which seems like a lifetime ago now. Do you have a message to the supporters? We don't know when we're going to get back to crowds and stuff like that, but anything you maybe want to say to them?
Yeah, just firstly, on behalf of all the players and everyone at Edinburgh, just hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all staying safe, like physically and mentally. I know it's been a tough time for everyone, but just rest assured that we're back training now, and we're desperate to get back playing and playing well and making a real push for these playoffs. So whether you can support us at BT Murrayfield or not in these games coming up, if you're going to be watching on TV, just thanks for the support. I hope you're looking forward to watching us play. We're certainly looking forward to getting back out there and pulling on the Edinburgh jersey again. So but yeah, just to reiterate again, hope you're all doing all right, and we look forward to seeing you back at Murrayfield whenever crowds allow.
Brilliant. Nice, Rambo. I appreciate you joining us. I'll let you get back to 9 holes or whichever golf course you're heading to next. But we'll no doubt hear from you soon.
All right. Cheers, Stu. Thanks, mate.